that $1 million will be yours by the end of the night. From the description of the lizard, it was about 7 foot tall. So the net gun you built should be good enough to capture it. Okay. Apparently that wizard only came out at night, but what the story says. I hope I don't need to wait that long in the swamp. It's hard to see, and the mosquitoes were on the edge of making a bloodless husk. In the small light of the moon, you think you see a lizard, or a very tall, bald man. It's hard to tell. Either way, it's time to see if you got your meal ticket out of Lee County. Hey, welcome to Creepy Critters, the podcast where I don't really have a good intro. We talk about cryptids, and yeah, that's what we do. Sometimes they're creepy, sometimes they're cute, sometimes they're a 7-foot lizard man. Who I have with me today is Keegan.
Yo, what's up?
Let's talk about this lizard man. It's 7 foot tall.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Where? Okay, so we talked before the show. This is in South Carolina. Where in South Carolina?
Well, you'll know by the name of this said cryptid. The lizard man.
I like it.
Yeah, the lipted man. Yes, the lipted man. The lizard man of Scape or Swamp. Scape. What? I'm adding Scape or Swamp. That's what I'm trying to say.
Scape or Swamp.
Yes. So lizard man of Scape or Swamp. It's in Lee County, South Carolina.
Okay, that sounds vaguely familiar. Although everything there is named after General Lee, so
yeah,
not exactly helpful.
Yeah, it's probably not. So here's like the description of it. It has green scaly skin with either orange or red eyes, and has three fingered webbed hands. It
only had 3 and it bounced around.
It stood about 7 foot tall and had a stride about 40 inches. So, it's just a tall lizard man.
What color is these scales? Did you say?
Green.
They're green because are they sure they just weren't looking at a fucking alligator?
Well, it was standing up, so that's something.
Someone hung an alligator.
Well, okay, so we'll get to the sighting part of it later, because I don't think it's an alligator.
Okay.
For what they described, even though the person was supposedly drunk. But, whatever.
So, you could have said he was on meth, and I'd been like, yeah, probably.
Many theories have been presented in relation to the identity of the lizard men. So it's lizard men now. And we're not talking about the reptoids, the people.
Okay, it's near Florence. Oh god, that's the middle of nowhere. Okay, yeah, I know this area. It is literally in the middle of fucking nowhere. The nearest town that you can kind of call a town is Florence, and that's like over an hour away.
So we're not talking about like the reptilian overlords. We're talking about just one that doesn't wear human skin and becomes president.
So very not Ted Cruzian.
Yeah, it's definitely not. Oh, bummer. Yeah, did you hear the thing about where people thought Obama and Hillary were reptilians?
I could never tell how much of it was legitimate. Like, I'm sure there's certain bands of crazy people on the internet that are like, yes, 100%. But, like, I honestly, like, the secret Muslim thing is way more close to reality. I mean, it's not, but it's closer.
Well, part of me wanted Hillary to win more mostly because she wasn't completely crazy. And second,
fair assumption.
I wanted to be able to do my like fake conspiracy theorist thing and call her Reptillery. But like that didn't happen, so.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah. But yeah, so lizard men of all sorts, one of the theories presented about why they are there, that they are living dinosaurs or even offshoots in evolution where the reptilian hierarchy continue to evolve through the same paths as early primates.
correct me if I'm wrong, there are no upright standing lizards.
I don't know. Did you see that one lizard that runs across water? That stands up on 2 legs.
Only when it's running across water, though. Normally it doesn't.
But maybe it's just started running everywhere. Then eventually it evolved into something that runs.
It's a very quick animal. It's the Usain Bolt of the animal kingdom, really.
Well, so here's my favorite line of research I've done in a while. Okay. At one point, reptiles ruled the earth. It is not out of the realm of possibility that the most dominant species on planet could continue to evolve in small numbers, unseen to humanity.
Okay. Alright, I like where this is going. And they decided to settle in the beautiful region that is South Carolina.
Well, apparently. Well, there's more than one type of lizard-man type thing. This is just the one that has the most sightings. Also, another sentence I like, although no reptilian species known to man has shown signs of such advanced evolution, the reptile is the oldest and most successful species on Earth, and could hold secrets that might yet come to light.
They hold secrets?
Yeah, they could. They could hold secrets.
I don't know, man. Have you ever seen inside one of those eyes? They're full of mystery. All right, here's my thing. All right, I feel like if this actually there was some kind of evolutionary offshoot, Steve Irwin would have found it.
Yeah, he probably would. Well,
that man had his finger on the pulse.
But what if Steve Irwin was actually a lizard man with a really good skin suit?
Then I feel like it would have protected against the stingray.
Stingrays are the natural enemies to all lizards. Did you not know that? It's they're like mongooses.
What fucking Animal Planet are you watching?
the real one. You know, have you ever seen a world leader close to a stingray?
I guarantee you I could Google and find a picture of a world leader next to a stingray. There has to be a picture of Kim Jong-un next to a stingray. Although he's more of a manatee and described as a human than some other animal.
Well, that if you do find one, it's photoshopped because they're all lizards and they can't be around stingrays.
I was expecting to learn today.
Well, you're not going to learn anything on this because it's just a drunk man rambling. And a person who outright said that he just told them that they saw this lizard person because he wanted to keep the mystery alive. But
oh my god!
Okay, well,
wow.
Let's get to the
He literally
sightings.
in his sighting, he admitted that it's bullshit.
Later he did.
Oh,
Later.
Okay. I thought he was just I just want to keep the mystery alive. And by the way, while I have you guys here, I saw some crazy shit.
Yeah. So, in Lee County, South Carolina, a strange reptilian humanoid was reported on several accounts. The first modern sightings was made by George Holloman Jr. in the fall of 1987. But it was reported by Christopher Davis. Also, it was reported by Christopher Davis, a 17-year-old local man that made the lizard man famous.
I really expected this to be much more in the 1892, but
no,
this happened in the 1980s?
This is one of the most recent ones I've talked about so far.
This is really contemporary.
Yes, it is.
There's a chance I know someone related to these fuckos.
You might.
This is insane.
Davis said he encountered the creature while driving home at 2 a.m. on June 29th, 1988. According to his account, Davis stopped on the road bordering Scape or swamp in order to change a tire that's blown out. When he was finishing up, he reported hearing a thumping noise from behind him, and have turned to see the creature running towards him. Davis said the creature tried to grab the car and jumped on its roof. Yeah, the car.
Want to take it for a joyride?
I guess. I mean, it jumped onto its roof.
Okay, here's my thing, alright? So if this animal has been hiding for literally thousands and, like, millions of years at this point, like, why would he choose, like, this is the moment to reveal myself? It is 1985, Reagan's in the White House, I need to show my support. Like, I don't understand what the waiting game is for this random guy to be like, oh, I need to change my tire, this is my time to shine.
Well, maybe he just thought that cars were the dominant species on Earth. Like, it's just like, well, I evolved weird, but look at all these metal things on the road. I barely see humans out here anymore.
Or, alternate theory. What if, in the swamps of South Carolina, there's an underwater city much like the place that Jar Jar Binks is from, and this guy was the Jar Jar Binks of their society, and he's just insane.
Apparently got in the car at some point, and whenever the lizard man was trying to grab at the car, he jumped on its roof. And Davis swerved to side to side in an effort to throw it off. After he returned home, Davis.
So the story already has holes. He was changing his flat tire, and then he's now driving the car?
Well, it said he was finishing, but it depends on where the thing was at, which tire he was changing. Yeah, if it was the back, if it was the back right, I'd be like, that's a little quick, but After he returned home, Davis's side view mirror was found to be badly damaged and scratch marks were found on the car hood. But there's no other physical evidence of this encounter. So, here's a quote. I looked back and saw something running across the field towards me. It was about 25 yards away and I saw red glowing eyes. I ran into the car as I locked it up, the thing grabbed the door handle. I could see him from the neck down. 3 big fingers, long black nails, and rough green skin. It was strong and angry. I looked at my mirror and saw a blur of green running.
I'm waiting for him to start talking about his abs.
He was shredded like a Ninja Turtle.
Okay. Oh my god.
I could see his toes then he jumped on the roof of my car. I thought I heard a grunt, and I could see his fingers through the front windshield, where he curled them around the roof. I sped and swerved to shake the creature off. Okay, so I just basically read the same sentence beforehand, same paragraph beforehand, but as a quote. But yeah.
So what happened here is this guy played the game Rampage in an arcade, fucked up his truck, and then's like, Ralph attacked my car.
Yes, basically.
Alright. Okay, fair play.
In the month that followed Davis's sightings, there are several further reports of a large lizard-like creature, and of unusual scratch and bite marks found on cars parked close to the swamp. Most of these have been said...
What? Is he a goat? Like, why is he trying to bite the cars?
Oh, why not?
Because they aren't very good at sustenance, and you'd figure that out after you bit the first one.
Most of these are said to occur within a 3-mile radius of the swamp of Bishopville. At the time, local law enforcement reacted to the reports of the lizard man with a mixture of concern and skepticism, saying that a significant number of sightings have been made by apparently reliable people for them to believe them.
Yeah, but reliability in South Carolina is a dubious thing.
Well, they believed him enough to think that something tangible was being seen, but it was more likely to be like a bear than a lizard man.
Do we have bears in South Carolina?
Bears live almost everywhere.
I've been warned about a lot of animals in South Carolina, never a bear.
Well, yes, bears get around.
Alright. That's fair enough. It's the 80s. Anything can happen.
Well, 2 weeks after Davis's sighting, the sheriff's department made several plaster casts of what appeared to be 3-toed footprints, measuring in 14 inches in length, measuring in 14 inches in length, but decided against sending them to the FBI for further analysis after biologists advised that they were unclassifiable.
Just so many tax dollars went to do this work. Like, oh my god.
According to South Carolina's Marine Resource Department spokesperson, Johnny Evans, the tracks neither matched or could neither be matched or mistaken for the footprints of any recorded animal. Evans also dismissed the possibility that they could be made from some form of a mutated creature.
well, thanks for the clarification, Johnny, because for a moment there we were afraid that it was Ralph.
Well,
so did they weigh in on the possibility that it was just bullshit?
It's someone saw something. I mean, I don't know. Well, the thing is, I think if just one person said something, they probably would have. But the fact that they've got several more, even though most of the time that just means that you have
just paranoia.
People heard of something and then people start seeing it more, which we see in almost every account of someone seeing something.
Yeah.
So
it's just like it gets into your brain like, oh, there's this crazy thing around here. Oh my god, look, it's that crazy thing. Oh no, it's a bush.
Well, we'll get to the other sightings though. After the lizard man was famous.
I'm sure they'll convince me.
Yeah. The sightings attracted tourists interested in seeing the creatures and hunters.
Alright, I'm convinced this is all bullshit now, made up by the city. We need to get someone to come to Lee County, South Carolina. We haven't had a tourist in 30,000 years. Let's bring someone. Get the lizard man.
Yeah. Well, hunters were also interested in tracking it. 2 nearby radio stations, not 2. Where did I get the 2? Okay, sorry. A nearby radio station, WCOS, or as I like to say, the WCOS. Offered $1 million. Yeah, it offered
fucking way.
$1 million to anyone who could capture the creature alive.
I mean, I guess it's a safe bet. Fuck it, throw in the entire radio station. Like, if you catch it, congratulations, you are now the new DJ.
However, the reports of the creature began to decline at the end of the summer, with the least credible sighting being reported in July. On August 5th, 1988, Kenneth Orr, a airman stationed at Shaw Air Force Base, filed a report with police saying that he encountered the lizard man on Highway 15 and that he shot and wounded it. He presented several scales and a small quantity of blood of evidence. Orr later recanted his account 2 days later.
Come on, keep the mystery alive a little while.
Well, when he was arraigned? I never said that word before. Arraigned?
I know what you're trying to say.
I never said that word aloud. I don't think I ever heard it.
Arraigned?
Well, he was going to be put in jail for carrying a pistol unlawfully.
Yeah.
And
Jesus.
And also the misdemeanor offense of filing a false police report.
Oh my god,
yeah,
wow.
According to Orr, he invented the sighting in order to keep the stories alive about the lizard man. And
man, that backfired on him so hard.
Okay, now we're going to go in the rapid fire section of sightings.
Okay.
CNN in 2008 mentioned the lizard man story.
What?
And a story about a couple in Bishopville, South Carolina, who reported damage of their vehicle, including blood traces. The blood traces were found to be from a domestic dog.
Oh my god.
Or most likely a coyote or wolf. Okay, so in 2010, in 2010, the TV program Destination Truth featured the legendary creature.
Okay, less surprising than CNN.
In 2015, local television station WCIV featured photos and videos claiming to be the Lizard Man, allegedly taken by unidentified individuals.
I'm worried at how recent these are.
Well, yeah, I would be too, but...
Like, are people in that area of South Carolina that bored? Like,
well,
there's got to be something to do.
Okay, so a majority of American cryptids actually come from lumberjacks from, like, the early... So, like, yes, boredom does a lot. Like, for real, like, a majority of the cryptids I'm going to be talking about in America are going to be made up by lumberjacks. Because they were bored. And they wanted to scare the newbie.
It makes sense, like, why you would invent a legend, but this isn't even, like... I don't know, I feel like legends have to be over 100 years old. This is just like, yeah, last week this thing happened.
I don't know, legends is more of like a status thing than anything. Now, myths need to be like over like 100 years old.
Yeah, but like, even this wasn't that popular, because I was living in South Carolina during this time, and I never heard of this damn thing.
Well, you just weren't woke enough. I mean, people in the know.
You hear about ghosts.
The people in the know about the Lizard Man of Scape or Swamp. Like I did, clearly, before I did this research. Clearly.
I'm going to talk to my friends from South Carolina later tonight. I'm going to see if any of them know who this guy is.
I mean, he probably has a nice little cabin on the edge of the swamp now. Probably has, 2.5 kids. Nice wife.
I hung up the car biting teeth years ago.
So that's all I have on him, because like someone thought they saw a very tall lizard man. So what do you think about him? What's his thing?
I'm concerned about the mental state of the state I used to live in. And I know that's a weird comment to make about a state like South Carolina that has infinite amounts of issues, but that there are people there that today are still like, there's something in those fucking woods.
Well, they're not
that's
wrong.
Just worrisome.
It's just probably a bear. A swamp bear. Those famous swamp bears.
Swamp bear? It's not Swamp Thing, for Christ's sake. Like... And the fact that even the police and the marine biologists were like, we don't know. Like, they gave it the time of day is just astonishing to me.
Okay, so to be fair, though, like, the police and stuff have to actually comment on this type of stuff if it gets popular enough to cover their own asses. Like, they have to, because it becomes, like, a public thing.
In case it's real?
No, like...
Okay, in case there's, like, some kind of, like, hysteria?
Yeah, like, they have to. Because, like, if they don't, like, it can become, like, a hysteria, or someone could be just shooting at tall, bald men. Like...
But it sounded like they were more, like, giving it some legs than anything else, because they weren't
also,
just,
they
like...
live in
like this...
nowhere. What else are they going to do? Like, they have no... like, I can guarantee you.
Move! They're gonna move!
Like,
move the fuck out of Florence. No, there's nothing
like,
there.
What else is like the sheriff going to do? It's just like, oh, there's the same drunk I need to put in the drunk tank. Like,
I saw a black guy come through town again today, and I'm not happy about it.
Like for real, like what else are they going to do? They could harass minorities and just put drunk people in the drunk tank.
I feel like you're imagining that the towns are like Deadwood.
Well, to be fair, that's what I imagine all small rural towns, even though I came from one. Like...
It's not completely inaccurate.
Now that have like almost nothing to squeeze out of this like lizard-shaped hole, rock, let's go to my favorite segment. Make it sexy / make it YA / just make a story about this thing.
Okay, so I think the easiest way to make this animal sexy is just go to DeviantArt and type in Lizard Man, and I guarantee you the first search result will sex up this monster so quickly.
Well, you know what? First off, We're talking about a tall, dark drink of water.
Dark.
So first off, we're already there. We're already there.
With web
Don't have to
feet.
change. Don't have to change
man.
at all.
To feel those web feet just going down your leg.
Yeah, so like we're already there. We just need to change the
It
concept.
gives me the happy shivers.
We just need to change the context. See, instead of it by
I mean, you don't even have to change the context, really. Like, maybe he was jumping on the roof because he really wanted to jump on top of something else, if you catch my drift.
See, I'm thinking what happened there. And you know what? We're now making fanfic about Christopher Davis now. So
You fucking bet we are.
So this lizard man.
What's his name? What's his story? Chris Davis? All right, baby.
This lizard man. How old would Christopher Davis be? I need to do that. Okay, so he was 17 in 1988.
He was 17 then. In 88, he was 17, so it's, 30 years later, so he's 47.
Yeah, he's 47, okay. Yeah, 47, 48, depending on when his birthday is.
Okay, he probably has, a wife and kids now who are just like, shut up, Chris.
so...
he has some teenage daughter who's so embarrassed because every time she brings a guy over, he's like, you heard of the lizard man?
So, Christopher Davis was changing his tire, and this lizard man who's
shirtless
because
with
Christopher
overalls.
Davis actually a really buff 17-year-old. Like he's like the quarterback of his high
he's the captain of the football team.
He's like he's just it's just a hot summer day. So he it's a hot summer day, and he decided to just while he was changing the tire, take his shirt off. And this lizard man, who hadn't seen a human in so long, just looks across the swampy field and sees a perfect specimen.
Their eyes connect, and you hear "Take My Breath Away" from Top Gun begin to play.
and at first, the lizard man thought he was getting some come hither signs and stuff, but really,
little did he know that's just how a car jack worked.
So he went to run over, be like, and this lizard man doesn't know how to speak human. Only knows how to speak lizard man. So it also sounded like screams, but it's just but
really, it was calls of affection.
Yes. And whenever it was running off, be like, no. You're the first time I ever felt love. And it just kept on running.
Baby, please!
Kept on running. And then, jumped on top of the hood and everything. And ever since, this lizard man was trying to find love. 31 years later.
It's a sad story, really. It really is, it's the typical story of our era. And then that lizard man threw on a human suit and ran for Congress in Texas.
And, first off, Ted Cruz is a blobfish. And a human. But I think what we need to do in honor of this lizard man and his missed love is we need to do something at 2 a.m. on June 26th, this year, because it's 30-year anniversary. Yeah, so I think we're done talking about the lizard man. So so I'm gonna.
I had fun.
I'm going to be doing more of these type of sightings in the future. This was one of the only ones in South Carolina that had more than a sentence to it. We could have been talking about the Wampus cat, which
the fuck is
it's just a cat with glowing eyes. There's literally one sentence explanation on what it was.
I'm pretty sure they just shined a flashlight at it.
Yeah, I mean my cat eyes glow sometimes. But,
Case closed.
But he does have 4 thumbs, so he probably is a cryptid. Because his eyes glow and he has 4
thumbs?
Yeah, he's polydactyl.
Time out. He has 4 regular fingers and then 4 thumbs. He has 8 fingers on each hand.
Not on each hand. He has 6, and then the prerequisite 4 on the back.
Oh, okay.
But he has 4 thumbs. He has 4 thumbs. And his eyes glow sometimes. And sometimes what happens when he lays on me, he purrs super loudly, which I feel is not a thing cats do, so he's probably a cryptid. But, so it turns out, not a lot going on in South Carolina, cryptid-wise.
Yeah, no. Well, okay. So if you can expand the concept of the show to include ghosts, there are like millions of ghosts in South Carolina, and some really cool ones.
Well,
But I guess we were just satisfied with that.
I'm going to be doing some stuff with aliens. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing ghosts unless they're very interesting, and they have to be very interesting for me to even consider doing it. So. Yeah.
There is a ghost of. They call her the Bride of Satan. She's really, really cool. She's pretty like it, and she's like actually a real person. Like it's really interesting.
Yeah. Do you have anything to plug?
No. I don't. I'm not on social media. I don't have any shows or anything. Join the Knowledge Fight Facebook group. I'm the moderator on there.
Yeah, go home and tell your mother you're brilliant.
Yeah, whenever Dan told me that was the name of the group, I was like, huh? Why? What's wrong with Knowledge Fight group?
Honestly, I like it just because Steve Perchenik can be sassy sometimes in a good way. So.
Oh my god, that fucking clip is amazing. Steve is a beautiful asshole.
Oh, I mean, only, like, very occasionally. Maybe we need to put him in the middle of a horrorcade more often. But yeah, listen to Knowledge Fight, I guess. It's pretty good, and I like it. So, yeah.
Yeah, sure, plug them.
Okay, so I have another podcast called Alphabet Flight, where I talk about each character alphabetically in the official handbook of the Marvel Universe. I'm in the M still, and I'm past 200-something episodes, and that's with me skipping stuff as well. So, yeah, I have about another 2 or 3 years, I think. No, 2 years, probably.
Oh, Jesus.
But listen to that if you'd like to, listen to me talk about people named Manslaughter.
Ooh, yeah. That's fun.
So, also, I have a cute little cryptid cat named Dexstar, and you can look at pictures of him on my Instagram at Marvelous Mooch. If you want to see my cat, just do cute shit and be cute and be the best boy ever. We're done. So, I guess if you're ever stuck in a swamp in South Carolina, don't change your tire. Just go a little bit further. So, bye!
All right, Jesse. It's been a pleasure.